Okay guys, so today I'm going to be making an oxtail curry stew. So the first thing I'm going to do is to wash and clean my meat. I'm going to be using lime to clean it. All these extra pieces of fat, I'm going to remove it. As you can see, I don't have much oxtail here. Let me get my scissors to cut away some of this fat. Alright, I removed most of the most fatty pieces. Alright, so our oxtail is now cleaned. So let me just sanitize my sink. Okay guys, so as you can see, I really don't have much oxtail, but I have to work with what I have. So to this, I'm going to add a little bit of green seasoning. I'm going to add some onion powder. I'm going to add some garlic powder. I'm going to add some allspice. This is some ground allspice. I'm going to add some dry thyme. If you have the fresh thyme, you can use that. I'm going to add a little bit of smoked paprika. I'm going to add some Lawry's seasoned salt. I'm going to add about 1 teaspoon of this. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of curry powder. I'm going to add some Mrs. Dash garlic and herb seasoning. This doesn't have any salt in it. I'm going to add a few dashes of Tamari soy sauce. I'm also going to add a little bit of mild jerk seasoning. Add about that. Because there's not much meat that I have. I'm going to grate some ginger in it as well. Now there are other seasonings that I'm going to put, but I'm not going to put that now. I am going to add some onion now, not all the onion, but some. Why? Because what I'm going to do with this first is I'm going to actually pressure cook this oxtail first so that it can become soft. If I don't use a pressure cooker, it will take me a longer time to cook this meat. But if I use a pressure cooker, it will do it faster. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pressure cook this meat first until it's nice and soft, and then I'll add in the other ingredients. And I'm going to add in some of the onion now because I want to season this, and I'm going to leave it to marinate for a while. Ideally, you want to marinate this overnight. Right, so let's give this a nice massage. All right, so let's leave this to marinate for a few hours, and then we will be back. Okay, so these are the rest of the ingredients that we're going to add to our oxtail curry stew. So we're going to add some spring onions or scallions. We're going to be adding about 6 seasoning peppers, some cannellini beans or white kidney beans, about 4 cloves of garlic. We're going to be adding some tomatoes here, the rest of our onion, and a carrot. So let me get to cutting everything up. I already crushed my garlic. You always want to crush your garlic because it helps to release the allicin from it. Guys, I forgot to mention that I'm also adding a piece of a red bell pepper. Alright, I guess I'll leave this piece for something else. The rest of ginger that I have here, I'll just add it in whole, and that way it can be seen. And now let me cut up my spring onions. Alright, so guys, all my veggies are ready. Take a look at everything. We have all our veggies here. Nice and colorful. Let's see, can you see that there? There you go. So we have everything here for our oxtail curry stew. Okay, so I'm going to use sugar in order to brown my oxtail. So I'm adding some oil here. Add some brown sugar. this point, I'm going to add in my oxtail. I want to try to avoid adding as much of the onion in. As you can see, I got a nice color on my oxtail. I'm just gonna leave this to brown up a little more, a few minutes. And then I'm going to add some liquid to this and put on the cover for my pressure cooker in order to get this oxtail nice and soft. Alright, so now I'm going to add in some chicken broth. Alright, so I just put enough to cover it. And at this point I'm going to add in the rest of the onions that I had used to season. So that the onion flavor gets infused as it's pressure cooked. Alright. So we're going to leave this until it's nice and soft. Okay guys, so I had to pressure cook this oxtail for about 35 minutes. So now that it is soft, I'm going to add in now the other ingredients. And of course, I'm also going to add in the cannellini beans. And add in the rest of my chicken broth that I have here. We want to cook now all our vegetables. So let's just leave this so we can get everything nice and soft. So guys, if you want to enhance the flavor a little, you can add one of these chicken stock cubes as well.